good evening, and welcome to our back to school night here at Edgewood Middle School. We welcome you to the opportunity to meet our teachers, an opportunity to see your students' classrooms, and we will be giving you just a quick overview of a few things that have maybe changed or that are available to you for this upcoming school year. So we'll keep this part of the meeting very brief and magnificent so that you'll have a chance to get out there and actually see the classrooms. But I am Joella Houseman. I'm the school principal here. This is my 24th year. And so been here a while, but I love it, and it's changing and it's growing and it's improving at all times. And so I'm really excited to have your students here. And some of you, I know I had students who now have students here. And so it's all in the family. We're still here and it's gonna be a great year. And just a couple quick notes. We do have financial assistance for PE uniforms. If that is something you need, you can sign up at the table. We also offer school supplies for families who need extra help. Just let us know. The school supplies will be ready tomorrow morning. And then we also offer you assistance on iPad insurance because we want to make sure, please insure the iPads, and we want to make sure that all children can do that if they choose. And so at this time, our teacher's going to stand up. They're going to tell you who they are, what they teach, and we'll go down the road. We'll start on that end, and we'll move our way all the way down. And then once we've gone through this entire set of people, including the back row, we will make sure that these teachers get a chance to set up their rooms. So we'll start down at the bottom. I'm sorry, at the end of the line.
Hello, I am Mr. Heckerman, and I teach math. Mr. Monless, I teach science.
I'm Miss Miller, and I teach 7th grade math. I'm Mrs. Kelsheimer, and I teach agriculture.
My name is Mr. Pelosa. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade band, and since I'm between two schools, I'm here until 6:40, and then at Lakeview, 6:40 to 7:30. In case I miss you, my email is on a sheet of paper by my band door.
Hi, I'm Noelle Heckerman, and I teach 8th graders math, pre-algebra, and geometry.
My name is Bennett Utter, and I teach math with Mr. Weissar.
I'm Mr. Weissar, I teach 7th grade math.
I'm Mr. Fleming, I teach 7th grade science.
Mrs. Fisher, 7th grade social studies.
Mrs. Jordan, and I teach the EL classes here, and kind of like Mr. Pelosa, I do travel to Lakeview, so I will be here until about 6:40, and I will leave information as well near my door.
I'm Miss Nademan, and I teach 7th grade science. Mrs. Adamek, I teach business and hope. Mrs. Rich Creek, and I teach engineering and robotics with ELW courses.
I'm Mrs. Caboose, and I'm your librarian this year. I'm Mrs. Kempton, I teach 7th and 8th grade algebra and 8th grade pre-algebra.
I'm Ms. Danimel, and I teach 8th grade English. Mrs. Toomey, I teach 8th grade language arts, literature, reading skills. I'm Mrs. Brenner, and I teach 7th grade language arts, literature, and reading skills.
I'm Mrs. Thompson, and I teach 7th grade English language arts, literature, and I have honors as well.
I'm Miss Morris, and I teach all the art classes here.
I am Mrs. Hahn, and I teach family and consumer science.
Zach Nestle, and I teach the Spanish for high school credit and the exploratory Spanish.
I'm Dylan Ringler, and I teach 8th grade history and 7th grade hope.
I'm Miss McCrary, and I'm Mr. Ringler's co-teacher.
I'm Hayden Mullen, and I teach 7th grade social studies.
I'm Mr. Mazingo, I teach 7th grade all year and semester and 8th grade semester PE.
I'm Jessica Zwers, and I teach 8th grade youth history.
Janelle Rhodes, I teach 7th grade PD and health, and also medical detectives.
I'm Ben Wilt, I teach 8th grade health and PE.
I'm Matt Wise. I teach 8th grade science as well as flight and space. I'm Mr. Mullen, and I teach 7th grade English.
I'm Miss Begley, and I teach 8th grade language arts, literature, and honors. I'm Sarah McDonald, and I'm a 7th and 8th grade resource teacher.
I'm Dora Bullwald. I'm a 7th and 8th grade resource teacher.
I'm Nicole Landon. I'm a 7th and 8th grade resource teacher.
All right, I think we've got everybody in. You're welcome to head to your classrooms, get things set up. We'll be sending families and the students to your classrooms shortly. Mr. Culver. He is our Assistant Principal Athletic Director, and he will be reviewing some of the new changes and policies and procedures.
Good evening and welcome to Edgewood. I just want to start by saying we have had a fantastic 3 days already with your children. They have done just a wonderful job adjusting. For those 7th graders, 8th graders coming back are doing a great job leading. So I am really looking forward to this year, anticipating great things from this group of students. Real quick, I sent out, I believe it was on Thursday before school started, the school expectations, so I'm not going to dive into all of that. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, make sure that you are connected with Parent Square, and you will be able to see all of that stuff on there. If you have questions, by all means, you can email me, you can call. I would be happy to talk more in depth with you about some of those things that are on there. Couple changes. One is attendance. We have moved to 10 parent days total for the school year. For those of you that were here last year, we had 7 parent excuse days in the first semester, 7 parent excuse days in the second semester, okay? And then you move to unexcused. It is 10 parent days total for the entire year this year, okay? So if your child has to be out, we get it. There are times where you need to take them out and go somewhere, do something. There are times where they're just sick. Call us, let us know, email us, let us know that they're going to be gone, and that will count towards one of those 10 days. Okay, but we need you to notify us. We need you to let us know that you know where your child is and that you are excusing their absence from school. If you don't call, let's say it's their first one and you haven't called, that will go in as an unexcused. Okay, and just to prepare you, we have things in place for unexcused absences that deal with consequences and things of that nature. You will hear from me on those. But make sure that you notify us if your child is going to be absent. But keep in mind, 10 total for the entire school year. If you ever need to know where your child is at with that, you can call. We would be happy to let you know and have that conversation. The other piece is cell phones. We have always had a pretty tight policy here at Edgewood of the second the kids come in the building, cell phones are often put away. That is nothing new to your students that have been here at Edgewood. The difference this year is there is a heavy backing from the state with the Senate bill that states that cell phones are not allowed to be in the educational setting, the classroom. Again, we are running things like we always have. I just want to make sure that you are aware. If your child has a cell phone, that is fantastic. They can bring it with them. But the second they enter the building, it has to be off and put away. If we have issues with that, you'll hear from me. We'll have a conversation, figure out the best plan of action moving forward. But please help us with that. Talk to your kids. We want them to have them if there's an emergency and they need them. We want them to have them after school if there is a sporting event and they're going that way. You can track them, you know where they're at. But during the educational setting, during the day, if they need to get a hold of you or you need to get a hold of them, they can go through the front office. You can go through the front office. We can get information to them. So if you have questions, concerns about that, again, feel free to talk to me about that. iPads. Make sure they are here at school. Make sure they are charged. This is one of the biggest tools that these students have. That's where everything, all the information that they're working on in class, that they're learning, it's coming from those iPads. If it is not charged and it is not here at school, it is very difficult for them to learn. So please help us out with that piece. iPad insurance, I'm going to put the plug in there. September 9th is the deadline to purchase iPad insurance. It's $30 to repair the iPad. And I can be corrected on this, but I believe it's somewhere around $250 if that iPad is broken. And you would not believe how many times we see iPads come through here that get broken. Things happen. I would highly encourage you to get that insurance. So September 9th is the deadline for that. You can find that on the website. Other than that, parent drop-off, parent pickup, we've done a great job with this. You will see me, you will see our teachers, our staff out there waving you down. We are not trying to be mean to you by asking you to pull up. We are trying to be efficient with your time and your children's time of getting into the building and getting out of the building. So what I would ask with parent drop-off and pickup, it's all out here in front of door 1. If the sidewalk is open and there is space, go all the way down before you stop to pick your child up or before you stop to let them out. And that is just to get everybody through that line as quickly as possible. And I know it's tempting to stop right in front of the doors, but that is only halfway down the sidewalk. And that really does double the amount of time that you all are waiting in line to drop your child off or pick them up. So if we're down there waving you on or asking your kids to meet you at the end, we're not trying to be disrespectful by it. We're just trying to be efficient and get you in and out of here as quickly as possible. Any questions that you have on that, we can talk. You can email me, call me, like I said. Lastly, athletics and clubs. I highly encourage any of your children to get involved with any of our clubs or any of our athletics. Some of our athletics are cut sports, some of them are not. We've talked to the kids about these. Right now we have football, we have cheer, we have cross country, we have volleyball going on. Football, you can still come out for. Volleyball had their last round of tryouts tonight, so that's going to be closed. Cross country, they started practice last night. You can still come out for that. If your child is interested in any of those things, please have them see me or see one of the teachers to ask questions. They do need a physical on file dated after April 1st of 2024 before they can practice, but we love to add kids to our sports. And then our clubs, make sure they're listening to announcements. We have all kinds of stuff that goes on after school, from robotics club to game club, chess club, we've had cooking club, all kinds of stuff for your kids to get involved in, and we love to see them actively involved and engaged. So, any questions at the end, I'd be happy to answer them.
All right, we're going to move on to introduce you to our new school counselor. For those of you who might have been here last year, you remember we started the year without one. And we realized just how important it is to have a school counselor, so please welcome Ms. Tillman.
I don't have a lot to tell you. I am the new school counselor. I am not completely new to school counseling, however. Even though I'm new to Edgewood, I do have 5 years of experience as a school counselor and a year of teaching experience. So I'm here. I want to help your students as much as I can. If you ever have a concern about your student or want me to check in with your student, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. I can check in with them whenever you need me to. I can meet with your student once without any sort of permission from any of you if there's something going on. If I need to, I will contact you and let you know what's going on. If there's an emergency, if I think there's something you need to know and watch out for, I will let you know. If it becomes more frequent, I will call and get permission and let you know that your student maybe is wanting me to check in with them every once in a while. All of your students also do have access to 2 free Bowen Center counseling sessions if that's something you're interested in or you think might be helpful. I do have information on that, as well as other community resources for counseling services that would be outside of the school day. I can't think of anything else I wanted to tell you. I'm sure I am forgetting something. But if you have any questions later this evening, I will be here for the duration of the time. So please hunt me down and find me, and I will be glad to answer those.
And we also have a new school nurse, so we're going to introduce you to Brenda Blazek. She is the school nurse here at Edgewood.
Good evening. I'm Brenda Blazek. This is my first year working at Edgewood Middle School, but I have been a nurse for over 11 years. I'm very excited about working with your children and with you. So I have a few talking points. First up is just talk a little bit about school care. It's our digital health platform, and it's what we nurses use to house students' health information, as well as document clinic visits. Completing the yearly health information helps me know about medical concerns or medications your child is taking, but it also allows you to give me permission to give your child stock ibuprofen or Tylenol. You should have received an email from school care back at the end of July, so I understand it probably got maybe a little bit buried with all the back to school stuff. Right now my enrollment's sitting about 55%. If you haven't already completed this registration, please do so at your earliest convenience, and see me this evening if you have any questions. A couple quick housekeeping things. Prescription medications do require written permission from the parent or guardian, and it needs to be in the original prescription bottle with the student's name on the label. Over-the-counter medicines also require written permission and need to be in the original container, and please make sure that it is not expired. If your student has asthma, please make sure I have an asthma management plan for the current year, so I have orders for their rescue inhaler. It's also important that I receive asthma plans even on students whose doctors have allowed them to self-carry. I also need some allergy and anaphylaxis emergency plans for students who have severe allergies and require EpiPens. So please be sure to get those signed by your doctors and return to me as soon as you're able to. Last talking point is just please encourage your students to eat breakfast, whether they eat at home or all of our students are eligible for free breakfast this year. Full students learn better, so just really encourage that as well, please. And then feel free to contact me with any health issues or concerns, or if you need to connect to our community resources. I'm excited to be here and help keep your kids happy and healthy. Thank you.
All right, and just so you know, we also have a new school resource officer. She is not with us this evening. Her name is Kelly Bradley. So far, we are really impressed with the work she's doing with your kids. They will tell you they're seeing her in the hallways. They will tell you she's in the cafeteria. They will even tell you maybe if they're in PE that she played dodgeball with him the other day in her full gear. So this is a great school resource officer. She's here to build relationships with kids and help us keep our schools safe. So you will be seeing Kelly Bradley around, and we welcome her. This time I turn it over to our parents as partners in education. We are so fortunate to have parents still actively engaged in the middle school, and please know we want parents to be part of what we do and as our partners.
Hi, I'm Jenna Carter. I'm the co-president. I just want to invite everyone to our first meeting, which is actually this Thursday at 2 p.m. It's actually held right in that room right there. You just need to come in and get a visitor tag and just join us in the cafeteria conference room. We do a lot of events throughout the year, but we have papers over there that list a little bit of what we do. If you want any information about our or the organization itself and what we do, just meet with me at the table. Thanks.
All right. Well, we did tell you to keep it brief because we want you to have that opportunity to meet the teachers and get to classrooms. We have extra maps in the building if you don't know where to go to find classes. You have this opportunity at this time until 7:30. Come out, meet our teachers, check out the classrooms, and just know your kids are off to a great start. And we're looking forward to another great school year. And we welcome you tonight. You're free to go.